zonks. Deodorant was rather necessary. We're going home today. It is not the most exciting of days. That's a bit embarrassing. You know, as bedside manners, oh my god. Hey girl. She is safe for us to deal with now. Good morning. Hi. Are you okay, girl? Well, good morning. Welcome to the vlog. Elin is sitting up and she's dressed. Going, yeah, I'm dressed. She's saying, I'm barely awake, Mummy. Can you tone it down a smidge? Barely awake. Because you went zonk, didn't you? You went big zonks. Yeah? Did you sleep well? So I came in here, when did I come in here? I came in here at 2-ish in the afternoon yesterday, and she was very awake and very happy, and then she got a bit of a grumps, and then she fell asleep. And then she slept for several hours, and basically woke up in time for her evening medicines, and I gave those, and she went, you know what, I'm just gonna gone. So she must have been asleep by... after a several hour long nap, she must have been gone for the night by 10 p.m. And then she did not stir the rest of the night. Nurse came in, did some medicines, did some obvs. Elin slept. Oh, you smell so nice! You're using Mummy's nice skincare? Yeah? Are you using Mummy's Wild Mint skincare? And it smells so yummy and it makes you feel all fresh and soft and smooth. I'm putting my Wild Mint cosmetics creams on Elin's face this morning because she needs a little bit of skincare, doesn't she? She's going to need a hairbrush. We'll get to that. I have already put some deodorant on her after a few days in hospital with a prenatal. Deodorant was rather necessary. I've got a Mitchum cream deodorant for Elin, which I think is nice and mild. She woke up shortly before 9. So, really long sleeps, and she hasn't quite decided whether she should be, fully with it yet, or whether we are just going to be all dopey. It is Monday. It's a Monday morning, and she went into hospital Friday. No, Thursday you went into hospital, because I was meant to work on Friday and I didn't because you were in hospital. So Thursday she went into hospital. Thursday to Monday. We're going home today. She is definitely well enough to go home. We determined this yesterday even. Right now it's just kind of we're hanging about a little bit. I want to start her on some milk, some formula. It's going to be either Tentrini or Peptisorb, depending on what our dealer can get. It depends on what they have here down at the ward. Peptisorb is a kind of formula that is pre-digested, so it's part broken down already and much easier on the stomach. Tentrini isn't quite the same, but it acts the same and it has more calories. I don't think a dietitian explained that very well to me, but I'll work it out at some point. But yeah, both of them are formulas we know she tolerates, and the main difference being that Tentrini has more calories in it and is for older children. And she is, after all, nearly 12 years old now, so I'm going to want to get some bottles with me home for the first couple of days, just while we wean her back onto food. Even though she's well enough to go home, she is absolutely not 100%, hey, let's send you back to school. She's going to need several days to get back up on just feeding and fluid and sleep schedules and all of that kind of stuff. Before we leave the hospital today, we are going to go for a walk down to X-ray, because Elin has a referral for a hips and spine X-ray, and this is routine. We check her hips and spines regularly, and that goes to the orthopedic surgeon down at Stanmore Hospital. Right now we just can't get an appointment, but we can get the X-rays done and sent down, and then her surgeon can take a look at those and go, oh crap, we need to fit her in even if we can't get any appointments. I think that is what's going to happen. What we have seen is that one of her hips has started to migrate again, and we have also seen that her spine is starting to twist. So it's not getting the scoliosis S-bend, it's literally rotating. And both of these are going to need some attention from her orthopedic surgeon. So I'm going to go and get those x-rays done, because we're already in hospital and the referral is such that we can basically just walk in. The referral's there, we walk down, and Elin has VIP status and goes before people anyway. As we're waiting on discharge papers and decisions and what have you here, we're going to go and do that. And then we have lab results. As you might know by now, I'm sort of on a little bit of a warpath when it comes to lab results, because they have messed up. A few weeks ago, well, a couple of months ago, it must be by now, or a month and a half, something like that. Time loses meaning, people. I'm a special needs mum and I work and I don't know what day of the week it is. But time, absolutely no concept of time here. Yes, I had her swoma? No. I had her stoma swabbed and it came back with heavy growth for bacteria. And then they got the results and didn't do anything about them for 3 weeks until she had an appointment in hospital, and I asked for the results and the doctor came back and went, oh crap, we need to do something about this. And I'm like, fuck's sake, 3 weeks. Yes, so 3 weeks they sat on the stoma swab results and hadn't called anybody or done anything. And as the stoma is, guess what, still irritated and red and raw, I asked them to swab it again as Elin is in here, and I'm like, hey, listen, we need to do something about this. And so they did that, and I was like, I know it's not going to be back yet because it's, you know, it was sent off on Friday and it's now Monday morning and it won't have been done yet, but hey, lovely nurse of ours, can you check? And just like, yeah, it wasn't actually starting to be processed until yesterday according to the system here, so they're a little bit slow. So tomorrow we should have the result back, but obviously we're going to be home tomorrow. So this time around, I'm going to have to remember to call. This is the problem, right? Where send parent burnout meets a system that is so failed by the government. You know, the NHS is fantastic, but it's overstretched and underfunded, and trying to run this kind of institution for profit is just... This time around, I really need to make sure that I'm not the one dropping the ball and that I'm chasing it. Because even though I did a pulse complaint, I'm absolutely certain nothing has changed. Okay? Jeez, look at those eyebrows. Don't they look amazing? That eyebrow pen is in my TikTok shop and it is just, oh my god. I can't get over how good that is. Should we add a touch of sparkle to my day? But I think, Elin, in all honesty, that we should go for a little walk. Should we go for a walk down to X-ray? Or do you want to sit here and chill out for a bit longer and maybe have some milk before and get some blood sugar into you before I start taking you out on walkies? Maybe the latter. Maybe I should let her actually get some energy back before. It's like, hey, you're exhausted. You've not eaten for days. All you've had in your body is medicines. Let's go for a wander. I wouldn't do that to me. Maybe I shouldn't do that to her. It is not the most exciting of days. She is sleeping a lot. This is good. Sleep is a sign that she's healing and she's heading in the right direction. Catching up on a lot of the sleep that she's missed out on while she was having all those seizures and vomiting and everything that preceded her coming into hospital. So yeah, good rest. Have some good rest, girl. I'm just doing her lunchtime medicines. So we are going to get discharged, but we are, as always, stuck waiting on things. Hospitals are not very exciting, are they? So I'm waiting on 2 things. Discharge papers, obviously, and for somebody to come and de-access the porta cath. And that's probably the most important thing. You know, last time she was in hospital, I went home with the port still in place. Or the cannula in the port still in place. Oopsie. That's a bit embarrassing. Yeah, so this time around, we're not going to do that. I went out to the nurse's desk and I spoke to our nurse today and I went, so I just remembered something really important. And she said, oh, what was that? We need her to access the port. And she just looked at me and then she cracked up. Just like, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. And I did say that if she has any students in today that she wants to show that, to absolutely invite them along, which got the nurse in charge to go, we really like you, Mom. And the thing is, like, I will always invite the student nurses in. I think it's excellent that they meet a child like Elin and, you know, get to work with somebody who's non-verbal. And we've had some really brilliant student nurses looking after Elin this day, particularly one who, amazing. Every single thing she has done, she has spoken to Elin directly. She walks into the room and she says, hello, Elin, before she speaks to me. She addresses Elin with everything that is needed. I reply, obviously, but she acts as though it's Elin who's replied to her. And I need to get a piece of paper or something and just write a testimonial for her to take with her, because that, you know, as bedside manners, oh my god, brilliant. And also, you know, in terms of having that kind of attitude towards a disabled child and towards a non-verbal child of, I'm going to behave as though you understand everything I'm saying to you and as though you have autonomy over your decisions. I loved it. Yeah, so it's hurry up and wait as always, and while we're waiting I'm just working. So I'm sitting on my laptop and I'm editing a video. It's a good thing I'm not in a hurry to go anywhere, and it's a good thing I've got things to do. And I've also eaten the world's biggest lunch and it was turkey, so maybe I should have a nap as well. Hey girl. Oh. Where are you? Are you in the VAV? VAV? Are you about to go home? Have you left the hospital? Are you gonna go home to Daddy mattress and have a nap? Yes. She's been asleep all day. She is so tired, and we had to wake her up to de-access the port, get the cannula out, but we did that, and then I got her in her chair, and then it took another half hour to get out of the ward because we are basically having to stop every meter and say hello to somebody. There's a big fan club at the ward who needs to speak to Elin, and who basically she leaves with a parade guard. They're cheering her on as she walks out every time because they're like, yay, you're going home again. Okay, shall we get this tour on the road and get you home? Because you want another nap, don't you? I can see in your eyes. You can't get your eyes to track together. Nah. And I can tell that the last person who drove this van was Elin's dad, because I can barely reach the pedals. So let's get me up a bit. Before we left, I took the opportunity to write a testimonial to that student nurse that I've mentioned, because whilst all the student nurses are very good, this woman was outstanding, and I want her to have official recognition. And so that went to the student nurse facilitator at the ward, who came back to me and went, oh my god, I got goosebumps. And then the student nurse came in and said thank you as well. So that's done. Packed all of her stuff up, and now it's home to recover, because she's not recovered yet. There's still a long way to go, but the rest we can manage at home. She is safe for us to deal with now. She tolerates things in her stomach. She doesn't need to be on IV. We have all of her medicines that she can usually have, and she just needs a few more days of proper, careful one-to-one TLC, and then she's going to be back to normal. Thank you. God, it is tight getting out of here. And I'm going to stop talking to the camera and get on some music instead.